Hello everyone, welcome back to the Blueprint Studio channel. Today I thought I would do something a little fun and kind of do a review of a local business that I saw. So this one is kind of interesting. My parents had their gravel driveway restored and they were really happy with the result that this company gave them. And I looked this company up and I noticed they definitely have some things that they could work on as far as marketing goes. So let's review that and check out the video. Okay, so this company is local to us here. They're called Gravel Tech. And, you know, I actually I have a gravel driveway. I've got about 5 acres of land. And I have a long gravel driveway coming back to my house. And I was like, well, this is kind of interesting. You know, it might be something I'd be interested in. So I figured I would check out this company that did my parents' property. So I look them up. Their name was Gravel Tech. And I come across this website. I'm like, okay, is this the one she's talking about? And I see, you know, serving the greater Cincinnati area, Northern Kentucky, and all surrounding counties. So this is definitely the one that she was referring to. Oh boy, this website is extremely outdated. But as far as presenting information goes, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So I kind of like this. Are you tired of spending hundreds, perhaps thousands of dollars on the new gravel every year or so? If you ever tried to rake gravel, basically they're presenting the problem. Then they're presenting themselves as the solution. So what they do is rather than bring new gravel in, which can be pretty expensive, they will bring out equipment and actually pull the gravel up to the surface that you already had. So what can happen when you have a gravel driveway is over time, and a lot of times you need it almost every year, you need new gravel. And what happens is as you drive on this, the gravel gets pushed down into the soil and you can see like you get potholes that form. This picture in particular doesn't really show, you know, like grass that comes up through it. But most gravel driveways get grass to start growing up through it. And it starts to not even look like a driveway if you wait long enough. So this service is really cool. You know, you don't have to buy new gravel. It looks like they actually fix the potholes, so that's a big advantage. Whereas on a gravel driveway, if you just pour new gravel over it, well, that loose gravel is being poured into those areas where the potholes are, and over time what happens is that as you drive on it, those potholes just come back. And what really needs to happen is something like these companies do, where they come in and they're going to scrape out all these potholes so everything is the same consistency all the way through. And my parents actually would put new gravel down every year. I mean, we're talking for 20 plus years on this driveway. And that just gives you an idea of, and they're putting like 15 tons of gravel every year, how much gravel gets pushed down below the soil. So this company has a really cool service. They come out and they resurface your driveway. However, they definitely need a lot of design work. I think they really get the idea of what they're selling and why it's important. But yeah, you can see before and after pictures. That's great. They've got the procedure on here. You know, they do an assessment. They show you, they tell you how they do it with scarifiers and rippers. Gravel's mixed back together and then re-leveled. So, I mean, they've got the procedure. This is good. I mean, as other than a terrible design, the way that they present the information is really good. So I was like, let's look at them. Oh, and one thing I want to point out too is they actually have this little section over here. Our ad is played on, you know, 700 WLW, so you can actually listen to their ad. I actually clicked on one of these and it's kind of like an older video. Oh wait, yeah, it downloads into my folder, which is kind of strange. in this case, I would just take the video, download it, have it on my own YouTube channel. But the video was kind of very outdated. But yeah, they've got their phone number real prominent on here. Really interesting. So, oh, they also have, so they kind of show you the equipment that they're using, why they use it. You know, they've got a skilled operator. The pricing guide, I love this. So one of the things is a lot of companies, what they want to do is they want to hide their pricing behind a quote. Now, in some cases, or many cases even, companies they kind of need to do that because they don't really know what they're getting themselves into until they actually get out on and do the work. However, if you have a pricing model that is pretty consistent across the board, so in this case, they're doing, you know, the first 100 feet is $525. That is going to, I'm assuming, covering their costs of moving the equipment out there. It's very expensive to move heavy equipment. So at the minimum, they have to do that amount. And then they have, you know, $1.75 per foot thereafter, up to 10 feet wide. Most driveways are 10 feet wide. So I love this. This is great. They give you some examples over here. You know, 300-foot driveway costs this. And then they give you a comparative pricing to, you know, if you added new gravel, your cost would be this, your cost would be this. So they're showing you how they save you money. I love it. And if your company can do this, you should do this. Your customers, for the main reason being that if a customer comes to your website and they see your pricing and your pricing is transparent, they're much more likely to look at that and say, okay, like I can afford that. I have a 200-foot driveway. You know, $700, that's a lot cheaper than the new gravel I have put down every year. And now when they call you, they have a pretty good idea of how much it's already going to cost them. Now, this company might come out and say, you know, yeah, our base price is $700. However, you have this curb here, you have something else here that's going to take us a little extra time. And they can add things in later on, but at least giving the customer a general idea of how much something costs and being able to put that on your website is really, really important. Most people don't do it, and they should do it. They should. If they can, they should. So anyways, you know, they've got their larger pictures here. I love their before and after. This is definitely dated, so these are low resolution photos. They're still in business today, so they should be getting, you know, new photos up. And yeah, it was great. So I wanted to go over to their Facebook page, and I was having trouble finding them. And I was like, okay, am I typing this in correctly? I typed in Graveltech, I typed in Graveltech USA, and this business kept coming up. And I was like looking, and I'm thinking, this is not the same business, is it? Is this the same? Like Gravel-Tech, I'm a Graveltech. Okay, they're from New Richmond, Ohio, so it's probably them, but I wasn't sure. So, and then I went to this website, the one that's listed on their Facebook page, and I was like, wait, this is a different website. And let's see if their phone numbers. Yeah, their phone numbers don't match. So I'm like, is this the same company? They've got a different domain. This is mygraveldriveway.com, but they are local. I don't see a lot of other people doing this locally. So I was just very confused. And I would say that this company in particular, or this website in particular, as far as like design goes, it looks prettier, but as far as information that's being presented to a potential customer, the other one is actually way better. So anyways, I was like, okay, so I'm having such trouble here. So I'm like, okay, their email is info@graveltechusa.com. So I come in here, I type in graveltechusa.com. Well, it's not loading now, but it was earlier. I don't know why it's not loading. Let's see. Check the proxy firewall. I wonder if it's an HTTP, not an S. Yeah. So it wasn't. It's basically it's not a. They don't have an SSL certificate, which they should now. That's pretty standard. So GravelTechUSA.com rerouted me back to their old website. So these are definitely the same people. So it looks to me like, they tried to update their website, but the problem I'm running into is, as a customer, as somebody who may be looking for this service, I just got confused. I just was like, wait a minute, are these the same people? Are these the same people that my parents recommended that I call to fix my driveway or not? And I don't want to call somebody that wasn't recommended. So it's just got confusing. But now that we've confirmed this is the same company, maybe they sold. I didn't think about that till just now, but maybe they sold to somebody else. I'm not really sure. Either way, so I'm looking at their Facebook page here, and wow, that is a beautiful house. That is quite the gravel driveway. And look at this finished product that they do. Really good. So they do a really good service. And I'm clicking through here. Looks like they even did a garden area, a raised garden bed area. You can see the before. They had to have done this one by hand. I don't know if this is the before of the driveway. So you can see their service is really needed. If it saves people a bunch of money, this one says staging your house to sell, give us a call. Great. However, their last post was June 2nd of 2022. It is January 26th of 2025. That's not good. They're not keeping up with their marketing. They're not keeping up with their social media posting. The pictures are pretty good. I love this one. So this is a before and after. Quite a difference. Considering they never even brought new gravel in. This is just resurfacing the old gravel that's been pushed into the ground. Pretty cool. So they have a great service. And what I would like to see, they definitely take the time out to get these good before and after pictures. But what I would love to see is a video. I want to see a video, maybe a time-lapse video of the tractor coming in with the blade and resurfacing the gravel. I want to see more. As a customer, I want to see how they do it, what kind of equipment they're using. I just need something cool that I can watch and engage in and really feel like I'm connected with this company. I want whoever's on the equipment or the owner of the company to talk on the video. I think that they could really, really improve their marketing. Now let's take a look at their new website. And their new website, click on services and pricing, because I really love that about the last one, that they had their pricing on there. I'm sure since this website hasn't been updated in a long time, that these prices are probably outdated, which is okay. I mean, it is a pain to keep them updated, but it is important to keep them updated. But I noticed on their new website, they just have a blank page. They have a services and pricing page, but they don't have any content on it. And they have a gallery. The gallery is pretty decent. You can see they removed potholes here. The gallery is not bad. I would like to see things, maybe more defined by job. So, the before and after, and they've got like a video of doing that job or a time lapse or something. Now, for something like this, if you're just an individual business owner and you're resurfacing gravel driveways, or you're doing something outside, and let's say it only takes one person to do this, you can actually use your cell phone and you can get like $100 gimbal on Amazon, set it up on a little tripod, or they have these little grippy mounts, and you can use a tracking thing that'll track and do a time lapse without you ever, you can run the equipment, the camera can be set up off the side. All you gotta do is set it up, turn on the time lapse. When you're done, go back, turn it off, get your after pictures, maybe save a little video if you ran into some issues on the job, and put it together. You can use like a mobile video editing software, kind of combine these videos together. And that would greatly increase the marketing reach and engagement that they would get from potential customers. So anyway, so I kind of come over here. Let me see. So I'm thinking, okay, drainage solutions, driveway restoration. It seems like driveway restoration is the thing that they do the most of. And I'm like, repair driveway without new gravel. Okay, like this is okay, but I want to know more. So, I clicked on more info, and there's nothing there. Like what's going on? There's no information, and so it's just very confusing. I'm gonna get free quote. Hopefully, it'll take us to the contact page. Yeah, so at least you've got, a way to contact them. But this website, it just shows, our services, which their services are already up here. They don't need to be repeated here. I think that this should be, our process, because they have a 3-step process. The team, very small images, small film, they started in 2006. Yeah, About Us is great. Let's see if it goes to an About Us page. Okay, so yeah, it's all kind of skewed off to the side. Just doesn't work. Just really doesn't work. And I would argue they would be better off putting this website back online than they would be to use this one. Because this one, it's much more salesy. It's much more informative to the customer. The before and after pictures are together. They got the procedure, the results. They've got their ad plays. If it was me, if I was doing this, I would just take this website and modernize it, redo the design, modernize the design. The content is actually perfect. It's really good. It's really to the point. Very, very one-page sales kind of thing. Maybe I would do like About Us page where I could do like a video interview with the owner. Looks like maybe he works with his son. And put that on the About Us page. And do some other videos. Maybe like a promotional video where you've got, time lapse of a before and after. You've got somebody talking on camera, discussing how the job how they work, how they remove potholes, how it's a better solution than putting down new gravel. So I think this one's better. It just needs to be, the design needs to be updated. And I kind of wonder what's going on, because this company, I'll show you, as you can see, they used to run ads. They used to run commercials, they used to really promote this. And now with this new stuff, mygraveldriveway.com doesn't even make sense. People know you as GravelTech. So use your GravelTech domain name. And they maybe have done this for SEO purposes. However, in 2025, this is a relatively new thing. SEO just doesn't matter as much anymore. Ever since AI came out and Google implemented the AI answers, so let's say you search, let me see if I can show you an example. Let's say what a customer might type in, how do I resurface my gravel driveway? Okay, so what happens is if I'm somebody who has a gravel driveway that needs to be resurfaced, and I'm like, man, I would really like to do this. So I'm not necessarily looking for your company. Your company needs to be visible for somebody who's thinking that they need to do this. Now, what AI has done is they've come in and they basically hijacked your customer through search engines. So me as a customer now is going to look at this and say, okay, to resurface your gravel driveway, follow these steps. Start out by smoothing, compact the surface, add new gravel. Okay, this looks like a DIY kind of thing, right? So if some people are going to look, oh, okay, so this is how I do it, like DIY, add new gravel. But this isn't even the best option for the customer, because if they've got to add new gravel, it costs money, right? So, and it's more than just having GravelTech come out and resurface your driveway. So AI actually, in a roundabout way, provided the customer a bad answer. And this is happening across every single industry. It's not exclusive to, gravel driveway resurfacing. Anybody who wants to, say, how can I reseal my windows? Well, if you're a company who sells windows or specializes in, sealing windows, now these people are getting these AI answers, and a lot of times they're not even scrolling down to look at the search results. They're not necessarily looking to pay for it. They're looking at how do I do it, and AI isn't providing them the best option. In this case, resurfacing their gravel driveway, 9 times out of 10, their best option is going to be to call somebody like GravelTech, who's going to come in and do it cheaper. They're going to do it professionally, and they don't even have to lift a finger. So SEO is just not important anymore. It's just not near. It has somewhat of an importance, but look, even the sponsored stuff is down here. And this is showing me concrete resurfacing. That's not what I looked for. I looked for gravel driveway resurfacing. So even running ads anymore on Google is kind of worthless. And I see I'm using Brave, but this is actually Google. So Brave uses Google, if you're just curious. But yeah, SEO is dead. I mean, it's gone. It doesn't matter anymore. So putting in, mygraveldriveway.com, that wasn't your best option. Your best option is actually to stick with graveltechusa.com. Utilize your images, utilize your, get videos. First, you need to send somebody to a nice looking website. But redo the website, put your new logo on there. I don't hate the new logo. It's actually decent. I kind of get the idea of this, where it's maybe resurfacing something flat, like it's a blade digging down. It's very industrial looking. I like it. So put that new logo, redo the website, put that new logo on it, get some videos, utilize social media ads and push out that content to people. And, that's how you have to reach people now, unfortunately, because SEO just isn't there anymore. So it's going to take a little bit more effort to sell your stuff, and you're not going to be able to just lean on being the #1 search result in Google anymore, which is great for people who weren't the #1 search result in Google, as long as they know how to get their name out there and start competing against these people who have been, on the gravy train because they started 20 years ago and have been on the top of Google search results because of their age for so long, and they've gotten all this business from that. Well, if you're not the #1, now's your time to shine. Now's your time to come in, build a nice website, get a good logo, get good videos, get good content, utilize social media, market yourself out there, get in front of people's eyeballs, because the eyes are not going to those top search result people anymore. So now's the time to take advantage of that. So I would love to see some of these companies who have always struggled, and a lot of these companies struggled because Google's search algorithm always ranked age as one of the most important things. So if your company was 20 years old and they had a website domain name from 20 years ago, Google thought that was super important. And I kind of get it. They don't want to send people to somebody who hasn't only been around for 5 years. However, it biased their results towards companies who are 20 years old and maybe haven't kept up with things. They haven't kept up with the new modern technology or the new modern ways to do things. But they've been getting this gravy train of all the customers contacting them. Meanwhile, you've got a company that's 5 years old, struggling to compete on Google search results, who is now able to come in and completely demolish them by thinking about their marketing in a better way. So that's where we're at. This is what I think about Graveltech. I think they've fallen off. They definitely spent a lot of time and energy into marketing before. It looks like they've put together a minimal effort as of late. They haven't updated stuff since 2022. However, I personally know that they are still going. So I would love to see them get back on the horse and start promoting their business again. If you guys at Graveltech happen to see this, reach out to me. I can help out with that. But other than that, I just thought it would be fun to do a little review of a local company and what I think that they could improve upon and what things that they've done well up to this point. So if you guys need any help with this stuff, contact me at blueprintstudioco.com. And thanks for checking out the video.